The Mario Rosenstock Podcast. Thanks to Hum. Finance made easy when you shop tech, electrical, appliances, kitchens and much more. Flexify Europe Limited, trading as Hum, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Coming up on this episode of the Mario Rosenstock Podcast.
So I got an email from an editor at Penguin Ireland and the subject line was, "You writing fiction?" ? And I quickly realised that it was because I'd been running my mouth. It was at the VIP Style Awards. I'd had a few drinks and I was like, I have a great idea for a book. And it had somehow got back to the right person.
Vicki Notaro had spent over 15 years as a journalist and managing director of a magazine group when, out of the blue, she got an email from one of the world's biggest publishing houses offering her the chance to turn a long-held dream into reality. Vicki had always devoured books, women's fiction in particular, and her love of reading combined with being burned out from the high-stress world of publishing had her thinking a lot about trying her hand at writing fiction. And that email that landed in her inbox was the start of a whole new chapter for Vicki. Fast forward 4 years and Vicki has already sold 2 massive bestsellers. Her latest novel, Anywhere But Here, has just been published and she's already working on her next one. Vicki joined me here in the GoLoud studio and we had a great chat about life before and after that life-changing email from Penguin Random House. What makes a book become a bestseller? Hint, sexy dragons is a hot topic, more on that later. Trying to crack international markets and getting optioned by the big streamers like Netflix. Her love of and podcast about romantic comedies and lots more.
It takes a lot of self-belief. I was terrified that, people that knew me would read it and hate me because of it, because they might think they see themselves in a character even though they're only imagining it.
Yeah.
So it was scary, it really was. Crime sells in a different way. People love it. People love true crime, they love fictional crime, they love everything about it. Murder. And I have a podcast about rom-coms, so I'm literally the opposite of, a crime girl. Did you like Trinity?
Personally, I adored it.
I hated it.
But I was a bit of a dandy.
Were you? Okay,
Yeah.
you're fopping around campus.
There were cravats involved.
Okay. Any hats?
Elbow patches.
Okay.
Fedora,
of course.
I had a black
You're one of
fedora
them.
at one stage. I was what's known in Whitnale and I as Ponce.
I googled how dragons have sex, even though they're not real.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like with the reptiles, they rub something called their cloacas together.
Okay.
So there you
Whatever it is, it's hot.
go. It's hot and it's selling like hotcakes. So watch this space for my sexy dragon book. Women, so last year.
But first, wow, I love other podcasts. One of my favourite podcasts is Nicola Tallant's Crime World. My God, has she uncovered some serious toe rags for this week's episode. I'm Nicola Tallant, host of Crime World. This week, I come face to face with some of the biggest lowlifes, scumbags, and downright psychopaths who are giving 2 fingers to Ishka Éireann by openly defying the Hosepipe ban. I meet the gougers who'll say anything to downplay their heinous crimes.
I was only given the old roses and geraniums a few drops so they wouldn't die on me.
Come on, for God's sake. I mean, Jeffrey is a €5,000 prize labradoodle. He needs a bloody bowl of water in this heat, for goodness sake. I go toe-to-toe with the human filth that are spraying with impunity. So you're sitting there smiling at me. Have you no shame?
I don't give a shit about this government and its cronies and their pathetic laws. I'm taking 5 showers a day. I've washed the car 3 times this week already, and I've given my plants so much water that I've actually killed them all.
Like, you make me physically sick.
Fancy a water fight? Go on.
And I meet the Sinn Féin politician who tells me why they think the government are getting it all wrong. Let me be very clear. This country is awash with water. Awash. Sure, it never stops raining. So instead of hoarding it all in the big tanks for the bankers and developers and punishing the average water user in Ireland with draconian laws, this government needs to open up the taps and splash out on the ordinary workers and families up and down the length and breadth of this country. People deserve better. Enough is enough. Are the authorities all at sea when it comes to hosepipe bans, or is the tide turning for water waste in Ireland? We'll have all the answers in this very special episode of Crime World. Available wherever you listen to scumbag podcasts. and brand new exclusive comedy every week on the Mario Rosenstock podcast. And you can get in touch with me, of course, mariorosenstock@gmail.com. Anything at all. If you'd like to suggest a sketch for me to do, if you'd like to suggest a guest that you'd like to hear on this podcast, please get in touch with me. I read them all and I get back to nearly all of them. And of course, this wouldn't be possible because we don't charge for this podcast, so it's all free to you. But the only reason we can do that is because we're partnered by great sponsors like Hum. And thank you to Hum for partnering up with the Mario Rosenstock podcast. So Hum is a finance company who provide flexible payment solutions for customers, some of Ireland's most popular retailers. And they can help you make your purchases and pay back in bite-sized, easy payments. It just couldn't be easier. I mean, festival season is here at the moment. The weather's beautiful. A lot of people attending festivals. And if you're in the market for, let's say, tents, outdoor speakers, tech or fitness gear to get you all set up, then Hum has got you covered. Okay, thank you, Hum. So let's meet my special guest on this episode of the Mario Rosenstock podcast, author Vicki Notaro. Vicki takes us deep inside the world of fiction, the secret to writing a bestseller, and romantic comedy movies, and why they're currently having another moment. Enjoy.
Well, look, Vicki, congratulations. Anywhere But Here. This is your third novel.
It is. Third in 3 years.
Yeah, I know that because I remember like it was last week when you were doing your first one.
Yes.
And in fact, because I think Ian was
I just interviewed yourself and Ian, I think maybe 2 weeks before when I was still a journalist.
Yeah, that's right.
I think you were one of my last interviews, actually.
That's right. You were transitioning.
I was transitioning. I was going through my transition from journalist to author. Yeah.
Exactly. And I remember it like it was just last week.
I know, it feels like last week
and
to
then
me as well.
Typically in one of these novel situations it goes, so you had your first novel, and then as soon as they say that, they go, yeah, I'm on to my fourth novel now. I'm actually started the fifth novel. The third novel is with a filmmaker in Hollywood, and the second novel has been commissioned in Chinese.
Honestly, I'm holding out for the Chinese translation, but I have just finished a draft of my fourth novel, so that's how it works. You work a year in advance.
You work a year.
So yeah.
So just as you mentioned that Chinese, is that a dream of everybody?
Oh, I would love to be translated in as many languages as possible. You know, I'm in this for the long run, and the more you get translated, the more money you make.
Sure. So, obviously, when one thinks of Chinese, China or India, one thinks of literal numbers.
Yeah, no, that's it, exactly. And I would love to even be translated into European languages. None of my novels have been translated yet.
So your new novel,
yes,
your fourth one,
yeah,
I know what it's going to be about.
Do you? Tell me.
It's going to be about a young girl called Janice from Dalkey who's obsessed with Bollywood. Ooh. And has a Chinese boyfriend.
Amazing.
In Dalkey called Chen. And Chen is very good looking.
Okay.
Everybody in China fancies him.
Right.
That's why he had to escape China and come over to Ireland.
Dalkey.
Because he was getting too much female attention.
Okay.
But he's also obsessed with Bollywood.
Okay, well, I'm going to write this now. So
that doesn't get you made.
You're so right. I'm so stupid. What have I been doing? I should be setting my books.
Just play to your market.
Well, do you know what? The first two novels are partially set in the States, but the States is a notorious difficult market to crack.
Is it?
And especially when you write about things like I do, which is, women's rights and the likes.
And is it notoriously difficult to crack because of the competition?
That, and it's just a lot more conservative, as things have gone there in recent years. They're not a fan of, I guess, people going on about being child free by choice like I do, or yes, stuff like that. So I'm not sure if I'm a fit for the American market. Maybe soon, maybe someday.
We'll talk about that in a while.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight again. So this is your third novel.
This is my third novel. Yes.
A draft of your fourth novel. And that means you have an idea for a fifth novel.
Yeah, well, I've ideas for loads. I've a notes app list that goes on forever. So, it's a case of them having to try and stop me from working. I'm a bit of a workaholic. I always have been. So, and I love it.
Of course. And when it comes to being a novelist in Ireland and a novelist who used to do something else, is the dream, apart from being translated into Chinese, Mandarin and Indian, right, which is the first ones, is the dream to get a streamer to buy your work?
Absolutely.
Is it?
And I think with Anywhere But Here in particular, not that I wrote it with this in mind, but when I was writing it, I was thinking, God, Netflix would do a great job on this, because it's about three women who escaped to Donegal, and where's more beautiful and picturesque?
White Lotus.
Exactly.
Next year on White Lotus.
Less murder. There's no murder in my books. And you know what's interesting? I was just in the bookshop, and 9 out of 10 of the top 10 are crime books written by women, or books where, something bad happens to a woman.
Yeah.
Nothing bad happens to my women, only emotionally.
But what about murder romance?
Do you know what? I just don't think I've murder in me. I'm too nice.
But what about romantic murder?
How can murder be romantic?
Let me try it.
Okay, go on. I'm listening.
I don't know, but I'm just saying falling in love with murder.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
or
we've got an angle. Okay.
falling in love with the person you murdered.
Okay.
Or murder.
In the afterlife? Bit of sci-fi?
No. You fall in love with them and then you murder them.
Okay.
So you get 2 in 1.
Yeah, okay. I'm listening. My husband wants me to write about sexy dragons because apparently that's all the rage now.
Oh my God.
That's the kind of thing he likes to read. Not necessarily sexy dragons, but he only reeds fantasy books.
Murdering sexy dragons. So dragon slayer falling in love.
Honestly, with the dragon.
Yes.
I actually Googled, I Googled how dragons have sex, even though they're not real.
Yeah.
But apparently it's like with the reptiles, they rub something called their cloacas together.
Okay.
So there you go.
Whatever it is, it's hot.
It's hot and it's selling like hotcakes. So watch this space for my sexy dragon book. Women, so last year.
That is fascinating.
It is fascinating.
So knowing you, Vicki, because you're a go-getter and you're a person who really applies herself to what she wants to do. And I suppose when you left journalism, you said, I've got to grasp the nettle on this one.
Absolutely. You don't get presented with opportunities like this, a book deal from Penguin.
How did it happen? I mean, I'll go back with the listeners, I'll go back in a little while, I'll go back on your journalism career. But how did you cross the Rubicon? So
I got an email from an editor at Penguin Ireland and the subject line was, "You writing fiction?" ? And I quickly realised that it was because I'd been running my mouth. I'd been telling people I had a great idea for a novel and I'd absolutely love to write fiction, and it had somehow got back to the right person. Yeah. And that's how Ireland is. It's all about, who you yap to after a few
The world
drinks.
is like that.
The world is like that, yeah.
We just think Ireland is like that.
Yeah,
it's the world. I mean, you try the publishing world in New York or the acting arena in New York. It's all, I know him, I met him, I worked with him off Broadway.
And I
knew a guy
trying.
who knew him.
Like, that's the thing. I wasn't like, I'm going to tell this person so she tells another person. It was at the VIP Style Awards. I'd had a few drinks and I was like, I have a great idea for a book. So they approached me. I was still working full time as a journalist and magazine editor then. And we had a couple of meetings. I told the editor that I really wanted to write like fun, sexy, commercial women's fiction. And her eyes lit up because, we've a lot of great serious literature. We've a lot of, sad books. The sad girl that goes to Trinity Books, we have those. And we've loads of Irish crime written by women. But, we haven't that many kind of people my age writing those books that I would have grown up loving, like Kathy Kelly, Marion Keyes.
Yes, are you saying that
Patricia
some of those
Scanlon.
women are older now?
They are, but they're maybe not. Like Patricia Scanlon wrote a book last year, absolutely adored it, but she's not writing as many as she used to. You know what I mean? And I would have grown up, same with Marion, I would have grown up like devouring their work. So I know there's a little bit of a gap in the market, but also that's what I like to read. And I knew that that's what I wanted to write. So yeah, when I was presented with that opportunity, I kind of weighed everything up. I'd been thinking about leaving my job anyway because just the sheen had gone off it. I felt like I'd gone as far as I could go with that particular job. And my husband said, just go for it. Like, when are you going to get a chance like this again? And then, there's no guarantee that once you get the offer that, it's actually going to turn into a book that's on shelves.
Why not?
Just because a lot of people would, I don't know. Like,
what's the difference between an offer and it not being on a shelf?
Well, some people wouldn't do well with deadlines.
Okay.
I'm very good with a deadline because of my journalistic background.
Okay.
And
so
because I'm a
case
lip.
the offer would be withdrawn, would it?
I think sometimes they just sit on the table. Like your good friend Miriam O'Callaghan, she signed her deal to write her memoir 20 years ago. Yeah. And she only did it last year. Do you know what I mean? So they just kind of, some people just don't, they mightn't be as active or as, crazy like me who wants to write a book a year. And I didn't know if I could do it. I'd never done it before.
Yep.
So... they bought the book off a chapter and an outline. So I didn't know if I could turn that into a 100,000 word novel and then be able to sell it. That's a big part of it, being able to put yourself out there and say, hi, I have a book.
Well,
I'm better at it.
I'd be okay with you doing that.
Yeah, now. But like the first one, I was a bit scared.
But I would be scared of the first bit.
Yes.
Which any reasonable person would be.
It's frightening. Writing is hard. It's not an easy job.
And the dumber you are, the stupider you are, the more the dumber or stupid you are, the more confidence you'd have in yourself to do it.
I mean,
but if you're a person who's anyway self-aware, you'd be going, okay, this is a tough order.
It takes a lot of self-belief. I was terrified that, people that knew me would read it and hate me because of it, because they might think they see themselves in a character even though they're only imagining it. Yeah. So it was scary. It really was. And like, I'm not someone who would ever read reviews or go looking for, critiques, because I know other authors who read everything. They're all about the data. They want to know exactly what people think of their books. I just, you have to let it go. I kind of think when it comes out, it's none of my business anymore. People are going to react to it the way they're going to react to it from their point of view, and I think that's the only way to stay sane doing it and to be able to keep doing it.
Yeah. So you did it.
I did it.
And you got the offer and you did it. And of course,
Yeah.
Penguin, being called by Penguin.
Yeah,
must
they're
have been-
amazing.
I mean, it's a world famous name.
Absolutely. It's probably the biggest publisher in the world. Yeah,
Yeah.
Penguin Random House. They're amazing. And they've took a great leap of faith with me and they're sticking by me. And yeah, I love them. We get on great.
And that's the first one you did, Reality Check.
Reality Check was the first.
Yeah,
Long
and that did
Story,
really well.
It did really well. Yeah, it was a bestseller. Long Story was a bestseller as well. Perhaps
Will you
not for-
explain to me, just for me and my listeners?
Yes.
Because just like as if I'm a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
What is a bestseller?
Okay, so there's this data collected by the company Nielsen. They collect data about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And they collect data on Irish print sales. So it's only the print books that count. Audiobooks and Kindle books don't count towards this. So they count whatever print books are sold per week from Saturday to Saturday. And then that's where the bestsellers list comes from.
Right. And
So
is that a top 10 or a top 5?
it is a top 10 in original fiction. Then there's top 10 non-fiction. Then there's top 10 paperbacks.
Say your top 10. So when you say your bestsellers, does that mean your top 10?
It means you're in the top 10.
So
yes.
it's not top 100.
No,
or
it's
50.
top 10. It's the Irish Times Nielsen bestsellers.
So 10 is the number.
10 is to get into the top 10 is where you want to be.
So if you're number 9, you can say, I was
Yeah.
in the bestsellers
Yeah.
list.
So Reality Check went straight in at number 5, and I think Long Story was 9 or 10.
Yeah, okay.
And so they're both bestsellers.
Reality Check went in at number 5.
Number 5, yeah.
That's excellent. And what are the biggest selling categories?
Crime.
So not
Crime is-
not crime. I meant fiction, non-fiction, paper.
Fiction, I think, is
hardback.
still the big daddy of everything.
So
yeah.
in any given in any given week in
Yeah.
Ireland, the biggest selling book
Would be fiction. In
would probably
total, like the
be-
top 10, the number
Will it
of
be a
that would be
paperback
bigger.
fiction or a hardback? Or
We do a thing called trade paperbacks, which is what you have in your hands there. So they look at the size of a hardback, but they have a soft cover. And that is just what's popular in the Irish market. It's different in the UK. It's different again in Europe. It's different again in the States. So and then a year later, the smaller paperback version comes out.
we live in a society that seems, or we would like to believe, seems to read less and less.
Do you know what? I think reading has become a bit cool again, thanks to things like TikTok and BookTok and Bookstagram. You know, like a lot of us.
And Tuberty's book.
Of course.
podcast.
I was only talking to Tuberty earlier. He loves his books. I think it was kind of seen as, something that was dying out. And now, thanks to social media, which is shocking because it tends to kill a lot of, categories of even kill a lot of jobs in print media and stuff like that. With books, it's kind of making them cool, like vinyls became cool again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And
so,
vinyls are big sellers.
but cracking BookTok is near impossible. You don't know what's going to take off
what's
over there.
BookTok?
So BookTok is the book section of TikTok.
Yeah.
So it's where all the book creators make videos about books. But like, there's no way of controlling that or like even
can you
trying
be a
to
book
tap
creator
into
on
it.
TikTok?
Yeah, you can, but there's no guarantee. The algorithm, you're a slave to the algorithm.
Right.
You put out your video and you hope that people watch it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it works.
Have
But
you gone
hope
on
that-
BookTok?
I mean, with Long Story, I did a few embarrassing videos. I was doing Irish dancing in the Phoenix Park with my book to promote it, and I think about 700 people watched it.
But that
my
could have been
husband said-
700,000.
It could have been, and that's it. And there's no way of cracking it. Like that's what kind of makes it exciting and terrifying at the same time. Bookstagram, there's a really loyal Irish Bookstagram contingent of women who are in book clubs and who are book bloggers essentially, and they're amazing. And they've been so kind and supportive to me, and they like my books. So.
That's great. But anyway, I'll try. What I was trying to say was, in a world which is, you would have thought is reading less, there are a lot of books around, and people are writing.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot of writers. There's nearly more writers than readers.
There are a lot of writers. And I think that people want time away from their phones. I think it's really nice to be able to put down the thing that you've been enthralled to all day and do something else. And for me, that's reading. Like that's when I read at night, every night. I eat books. I
How much
adore
does
them.
a book cost?
That one is $15.99. That's in your paw.
Does it start at $15.99?
Yeah, some of them would start at $12.99. It depends on the publisher. It depends on the size of the book, the amount of
This
pages.
doesn't start life as a hardback, does it?
No. I think only really in Ireland, only kind of huge books start lives as hardbacks.
Okay.
And then the paperback, I think the paperbacks of my books are $10.99.
Okay.
So they're a bit more handbag friendly, holiday friendly, smaller. Yeah, they're a smaller format.
Smaller and fatter?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because
the font to be a bit smaller as well.
Yeah. So that sells at $10.99 or $15.99.
$15.99 for that bad boy.
I'm just thinking, like, all it is paper. As in, all it is paper and your brain.
Yes.
Your words and paper.
And the beautiful cover, which is art.
Yes, which is illustrative art. Yeah. But no, I'm not being facetious. I'm saying, like, in mass production, that can make sense.
Yes,
to
absolutely.
sell something at $15.99.
Yeah.
Put that through the big printer.
Yeah.
And if you sell enough of them, you're making money quickly.
Yes,
So in
absolutely.
other words,
It's a good business model.
it is. So a bit like chips. I've never heard of a better business model than chips. Like you go into Macari's
Yeah.
or whatever and you buy a bag of chips, right? So it's £3. It could be £3. Chips.
I remember when they were 50p.
It could be £3 for a bag of chips. They could be 12p to produce.
Yeah.
So the markup,
Like the coffee industry as well.
exactly.
Great markup.
Enormous.
Yeah. I mean, Penguin is a publisher that covers all areas. So they have ebooks, audiobooks. A lovely actress reads my book.
Yes,
if you want
exactly.
to read it on Audible or Spotify. So it's
Do you
amazing.
find that's growing in popularity?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's still nowhere near print sales.
No.
In my experience,
No.
anyway. It's kind of, that would be maybe 60%. And then the
60.
other two would be a mix. Yeah.
The two is Kindle and
Kindle and Audible. Yeah. So Audible's probably the smallest, but it's really growing. People are really getting into reading with their ears,
I
which
see
is
it
amazing.
more and more, even when I
Yeah.
get into a taxi. I don't drive, so when I get into a taxi,
Neither do I.
Yeah,
It's interesting, isn't it?
It is
it a
interesting.
creative thing?
Cooper doesn't drive either.
Oh, really? Is he an only child? Did I make that up?
he is.
I have a theory that journalism and media has a lot of only children who don't drive. Yeah. I think it's a funny thing. Yeah. Are you just not good at it? Is that why you don't?
I was an actor in my 20s. Throughout my 20s, I was an actor, and actually, with all the partying and the drinking and everything, I actually probably reached a settlement with myself that I should never drive.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And then I got to a stage where I became really comfortable in taxis.
And you live in Dublin.
And I used to be able to justify it on my tax bill.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah,
And
same.
Kind of go, no, I can get some relief on my taxis and
Your taxi
all this
habit.
stuff. So now I've done 16 driving lessons.
Oh, have you? So you're going to start?
I am, yeah.
I vow never to do it. I did it. I drove for a little while in my 20s and I was absolutely awful. I have terrible spatial awareness.
Right.
And I hated it and it made me anxious.
Yeah.
So my husband is happy enough to ferry me around. I get taxis the rest of the time.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. It bothers other people.
One of my pet hates in life, is queuing, and taxi and car, being in a car is essentially queuing.
Queuing, yeah.
And I hate
Queuing on wheels.
So this is brilliant. So and again, just back briefly to the streamers.
Yeah.
It would be great. We would have a dream to get picked up by a streamer. Netflix, Paramount,
Absolutely.
Disney.
And it's happening for a lot of Irish authors.
What happens to them? What do they do?
Well, Andrea Mara
You're sitting
just-
at home and
What do you mean? How
how
it
does it
happens? Well, what you would hope is that a producer reads your book and thinks it's amazing and wants to buy the option to it.
But there are producers reading these, aren't there?
Hopefully,
Because
yeah.
they're going into that section.
Yes, totally. And there's another way about it, my agent could put together something called a treatment,
Yeah.
and then they put that out to production companies that they know.
Yeah.
And
And they can give them an elevator pitch.
Absolutely. And they do a lovely PDF and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's very attractive.
Yeah.
But
But
oftentimes,
then let's say somebody is interested. What happens then?
Well, they'd approach my agent with an offer, and I would probably bite their hands off.
Yeah.
And
The offer would involve what they might call an option.
an option, yeah, exactly. So that lasts for a year or two, and
they have
they
the
have that
option-
time to make it.
Exactly.
And then if they don't, they can renew their option. I know some authors who've had their options renewed for 10 years,
Yeah.
and it never gets made.
And that option, it wouldn't be for £1,000. It would be more like
20,
20,
50,
50, 100.
Yeah, it depends.
If there was competition, it could be anything.
Yeah, it's
But-
like some of the Irish crime girls, like Andrea Mara's series has just been nominated for an Emmy. That was, I think it was on Peacock in the States. It was
Yeah.
on Sky here.
Yeah.
And Catherine Ryan-Howard had a series last year on Prime.
Yeah.
One of her 56 Days was adapted.
Yeah.
And so like it's happening to Irish authors, you know, it's not out of
is
the
it?
realm of possibility. Yeah, but they
that's wonderful.
crime sells in a different way. So
Yeah.
I think mine is a bit more, you know,
Yeah.
it's not a chick
Not
flick.
every crime can sell. Do you know what I mean? I mean, there's like how much can
There's
you do?
so many of them, yeah. But people love it. People
know
love
they do.
true crime. They love fictional crime.
No.
They love everything about it. Murder.
I know. Sure, even in my live comedy show, there's a little section where I end up talking about crime because I'm aware of
The selling power of crime.
I see them waking up when I'm
I
talking
know.
about crime.
It's wild. And I have a podcast about rom-com, so I'm
Yeah.
literally the opposite of, you know, a crime girl.
Yeah.
But rom-coms are having a resurgence.
Yeah.
And you probably could categorise my books. They're not straight romances,
Yeah.
but you could categorise them in that genre,
Yes,
I think.
it was just so I did a little item just where Daniel O'Donnell does a thing whereby he's crossed genres.
Okay.
So he's kind of crossing country music with crime.
Perfect.
So he writes country music murder songs. So they start off, la da 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 da. Then I drove the hatchet through his head.
Honestly,
and
I would
buried
listen
him
to that.
in the Dublin mountains.
I'm trying to get my book to Daniel and Magella because they are the king and queen of Donegal, and it's partially set in Donegal. I'm also trying to get it to Sarah Jessica Parker, who is the queen, the foreign queen of Donegal. She spends her summers here.
Get it to Meryl Streep because she was in Dancing at Luna's, huh?
Yes, exactly. And Christine Baranski has a place in North Donegal as well.
And get it to Eric on TV.
Eric Roberts. I should hopefully see him. Yeah, he's the king of Donegal. So I'm trying to get Donegal-centric media.
Daniel goes to the toilet, Eric takes over as the king of Donegal. Daniel comes out of the toilet and Eric's no longer the king.
Well, hopefully Magella likes it. I feel like it'll be right up her street.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Are you part of a community of Irish writers?
Yes.
Is there a community?
Yeah.
Do you kind of know each other?
We do,
Do you kind of stay in, do you text each other?
Yes.
Is there a WhatsApp group? Rom-com Irish writers?
I'm not in the Rom-com Irish writers group. I don't think there is one. There is a Merry Murderesses group, of course, because the crime girlies all are besties.
Great.
And they're all going to a festival together next week and I don't get to go because I don't write crime. It's very annoying. But yeah, everyone's really supportive and sound. Like Cecilia Ahern came on my podcast and gave me a great quote. It's on the front of the book. Like when I read P.S. I Love You as a teenager, I was, obsessed with her.
That did really well, yeah.
So, oh my God, like unbelievably well.
That did well around the world.
Yeah, not just here because she had a famous family. It's like literally, global smash. Like she's really big in Asia. She's huge.
I know.
And she's the soundest, most down to earth person. So
she is, yeah.
Her giving me a quote for the cover was incredible.
That's lovely.
So lovely. And like beloved Marion Keyes, like I call a friend. She's
she the queen.
She's the queen. Well, she's my queen. Yeah, absolutely. She's the one that I look up to the most.
And was Maeve Binchy kind of the queen?
Yes,
queen?
Adore Maeve. There's a festival in Dalkey in October called Echoes, and it's all about Maeve Binchy.
That's right.
It happens every year, and I'm on a panel this year in October, and I'm so excited.
On the
panel, I love her.
Circle of Friends and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Copper Beach. Scarlet Feather. I love Maeve. Yeah, I'm rereading a couple of her books now, so they're fresh in my mind for the festival.
I remember I was starting my acting career, and I was going to be a very tiny role in Circle of Friends.
No way.
I mean, just blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. And I couldn't do it because I was doing something else. And but a few people who I knew were on it, and they were telling me some stories from the film.
Ooh.
And one of them was Minnie Driver and Chris O'Donnell. So you know the way you're shooting with one camera.
Yes.
So let's say I'm facing you.
Over
so they
the
put
shoulder.
the camera behind me over the shoulder, and that's your bit. And then over your shoulder, and that's my bit, same scene.
Yeah.
And usually for the two actors, they stay in the scene together. So even when the camera isn't on me, I perform the scene for you.
Okay.
Apparently Chris wouldn't perform this.
Because he was a big Hollywood star.
He was on his Game Boy.
Stop
So
it.
she'd be doing her bit, crying and everything, and he's just there.
Oh my God. That poor girl.
His head is seen in the back of the shot, and he's just there on his Game Boy.
Do you know she got dumped on Oprah by Matt Damon once?
Did she?
Yeah, he told Oprah that their relationship was over and she didn't know.
Oh, no.
Minnie's been through it. I absolutely love Circle of Friends. I remember as a kid watching that, and when they say, "Oh, did you ever go all the way with a girl?" and me falling about the place thinking that was so rude.
I know, yeah.
But yeah, absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's
an exciting world, isn't it? The world of the world of rom-com and and how are Ireland doing? Sorry, I'm sorry for treating this like the Eurovision.
No, I love it.
But how many points have we got?
12 points.
Are we doing well?
Do you know what? We're
do
doing
we punch
really
above
well.
our weight like we do seem to in nearly everything?
I think so, yeah. In rom-coms, in pretty much all literature, like whether it's, even children, like Cecilia's got a new children's book out today. She just can't stop herself. She's writing in every genre now. No, we're pretty prolific, yeah. It's a great gang to be part of. I'm still a relative newbie, you know. I see Kathy Kelly going off to Australia and New Zealand on tour, and I'm like, can I come with you? Take me.
So you get invited to festivals and things, don't you?
Yeah, it's really nice. Like, I love that. Like, even I'm from Tala originally, and I was a Tala library child. I absolutely loved it there, and they invited me back to do their festival, and that's just really special to me because it's just this being accepted by your locality and celebrated. I think is better than anything else.
Yeah. You studied English literature?
I did.
Where?
In Trinity.
My word.
And film studies as well. I minored in English literature, so I did 3 years of that. I did 4 years of film studies.
Oh God,
so that's why I could write a screenplay very
I was
easily.
in Trinity as well.
Were you?
A fair play to you.
What did you do?
I did politics and economics. And
my husband did politics and economics.
Yeah. In Trinity.
No, he did it in DCU, and he now works in tech.
Yeah.
Does anyone stay in economics?
Yeah, I did like Russian politics as well.
Wow.
That sort of stuff, which was really interesting.
Okay, clever boots.
But it was a broad degree, But
did you like Trinity?
Personally, I adored it.
I hated it.
But I was a bit of a dandy.
Were you? Okay,
Yeah.
you're flopping around campus.
There were cravats involved.
Okay. Any
were
hats?
Elbow patches.
Okay.
Fedora,
of course.
I had a black
You're one of
fedora
them.
at one stage. I was what's known in Whitnale and I as ponce.
Okay, I get it.
I'm calling you a ponce.
say it.
And now I'm calling him a ponce. Ponce.
Well,
what are you going to do about it?
I was the little Tala girl in the corner who didn't know anybody and was kind of terrified. I felt like a fish out of water. And
I was an actor.
Right. Were you in the drama sock?
No,
the players.
Players. I was in players.
Film studies was in the back near players, but they kind of looked down on us because it was like the second year of the degree.
Correct. And also,
we were in a shed, basically.
And also, I would have done theatre in Trinity.
Right.
But if you did theatre, you couldn't do players.
Okay.
They wouldn't allow you.
Really? I think that might have changed now.
They were two, like, they used to go, no, that's an amateur society. This is
that's
taking.
interesting.
And of course, players was way better.
Yeah.
'Cause they had proper stage, real productions.
I always felt very intimidated by the drama crowd in Trinity.
Oh, they're awful. I mean, I was awful. I mean, like, the whole MO of being something like that is you have to project yourself.
Yes.
And
it should be a persona.
And it is to do with the love of the thing.
Yeah, of course.
But you do come across like a tool.
Right.
And I was king of the tools.
I was king of the, like, hiding in the corner. When I watched Normal People and I saw poor Connell's experience, and he was a lot cleverer than I was like, God, I totally really relate to that. Like, you know, kind of, there was a couple of people from my year in school, but they were all doing like science. So they all had like proper classes. I was doing arts. So, you know, I had one lecture a day and then a seminar, and I just felt really like a fish out of water.
It's brilliant. So English literature and but this is the full circle, because you spent 15 years as a journalist, and one of your main jobs was editor of a VIP.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Isn't that right?
I was the managing director of the company that publishes VIP.
Sorry, yeah, you're involved heavily with VIP.
Yes, editor-in-chief of Stellar, which was a ladies' magazine that is no longer with us.
Yeah, don't ruin my story.
Okay, go on. Oh no, I'm heavily involved in VIP.
No, but you see, because I think VIP is, people go, when they hear VIP, they go, oh yeah. Jesus, VIP. Do you remember that?
Do you know what? It's still going strong.
Remember that, John? What? VIP, John. What is it? Do you remember that magazine when we bought our fourth house in Bulgaria? What? We don't have them anymore. No, we don't, John. We're living in a caravan now.
Well, VIP is still alive and kicking.
Yeah, but you see, VIP was basically the epitome of the Celtic Tiger.
Absolutely, yeah. It actually stands for Very Irish People, which I don't know if people know that. Michael invented that. God, it must be 30 years ago now, but it was the most Celtic
He became a barrister, didn't he?
He is a barrister now, yeah. So I took over the running of the company when he went into the law. It was called to the bar, and I was doing that for a few years, and then I decided that management is not for me. I'm not a manager.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
But this VIP business was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because we, like it or not, all of us would pluck it off the shelf.
Of course. We're so nosy.
Oh, we were nosy.
The nosiest
What
one.
kind of a house is he living in? Oh, there's a man off the telly.
Do you know what?
Oh, I got to look at his wife.
Did you ever do a shoot?
I'll be absolutely honest with you.
Go on.
Like, there was one point where I'd say they were ringing every 2 months going, do you want to do a shoot?
Yeah.
And my wife kept talking me out of it.
Really?
But I think I did something which was not my shoot.
Right.
But I was involved in an interview about something. And so I took some photos.
Right. A lot of people were very reluctant. And then some people really got on board with it.
Well, to be honest with you, I was being a bit of a... looking back now, right? It's just so funny hindsight. I was being a bit of a tool again, right? Because I thought... I'm not doing that.
I know, I get it.
And I was being superior. And that's a load of bollocks.
It's good for business being a VIP. I have a shoot coming out next week.
I know
I'm
that.
delighted to be in it. And my wedding was in it. And my mother has never been more proud of anything.
I wouldn't do it because I'm not doing it.
I know. A lot of men were like...
A man was in it.
Yeah.
And whatever. But anyway.
Do you know who loved it?
Who?
Marty Whelan. He got really into it. He did a shoot in a bar wearing a fedora. And like...
He can kind of ironic
He can. That's it, because he's Marty Whelan. But
He's
yeah,
Marty
a lot
Whelan.
of people have never... I don't think Ryan Tubridy's ever done it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have never done it.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of people who really loved it.
Yeah, I remember laughing because Dempsey did it, and I remember going, "You did it! You did it! You
gave in!
You gave in! You cheater! You treasonous bastard! You Dempsey!"
Dempsey loves the spotlight.
Yeah.
Loves it.
And I remember we all after all we talked about, and there you are with your hands on your hips out in Howth.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I can see it in my mind's eye.
Yeah, I know he did it. But the good thing about VIP though was everybody looked fucking great.
Everyone looks fantastic.
Yeah, way better than they did in real life.
It's a great magazine.
Did you do airbrushes?
No, do you know what? VIP, no. I think Stellar in its early days it was quite heavy on the airbrushing, but yeah, no, it depends.
Did you touch Dempsey up?
I wasn't involved in that shoot, and I'm raging. I would have touched Ian Dempsey up if I could. No, do you know what? I must ask them to go through the archives and show me that shoot, because that sounds like it needs to see the light of day.
Do you know what? I was just thinking of there. If there was a website now or an Instagram site.
Yeah.
And it's called VIP from the olden days.
Honestly, they
I
should do that
bet you
themselves
It's a great idea.
and monetize it.
Do you hear what I'm saying, Leanne? If it went an Instagram VIP from the olden days,
Like the
this week,
archives.
This week, August 2007.
Do you know what they do?
And
that
you'd
in-
just be going, who was there? Look at the state of Grania Shoiga.
They do it on the back page of the mag. They flash back, but not too far.
That's what I would do.
You don't want to go too far.
I would do Instagram flashback.
Okay, I'm going to tell Bianca Likes, the editor.
I love Bianca.
She's amazing. And she's an amazing interviewer.
Yeah, Bianca's a smart girl.
She's fantastic. So she's the editor-in-chief now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Here's another tool remark I have. But behind an awful lot of
Yeah.
are the
It's very
smartest
clever people. Yeah.
You know, the
absolutely
Sun
right.
newspaper, smart asses. They're the smarties.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. People who can write headlines like gotcha and all that.
Yeah, do you know what?
People who can summarise a situation into 3-4 letters.
Yeah.
They have to be smart.
That is a real talent, and it's dying out, the sub-editor role,
Yeah.
the clever sub-editing role, It's like everything in
Even
print
just the
media.
writing, to be able to write a paragraph of one-syllable words, which makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
gets its message.
No,
need
do
to
you know
be
what? You're
smart to
absolutely
do it.
right. Yeah, I worked in newspapers for a while.
It's the antithesis of a 12-year-old trying to be really intelligent.
Yeah.
And they'll write all the big words they know.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
all
won't have a
about
clue what they're talking
being concise and succinct
Exactly,
and
and
smart.
it takes brains to do
Yeah,
that.
no, absolutely it does. Yeah, I worked in newspapers for a few years, and it was in the time where print was really first fighting with digital.
Try and help me out here. So without mentioning any names, because there's no point in mentioning names because we'd have to edit it out anyway. If nothing else, out of pity, right? You must remember some little, they wouldn't do it, or they did it and they were an asshole or something.
With VIP or
you don't have to tell me any names. So
Yeah.
were there people that you go, they were funny? Or
Totally.
and people writing to you afterwards and going, can you take that bit out?
Oh.
Or don't print that photograph.
Do you know what? When I was editing Stellar in particular, I always showed the cover girl the picture before it went to press because I did not want that coming out and them not sharing it or them not promoting it. Because the whole point of putting someone on the cover is that they shout about it and you get their audience.
Were there any well-known Irish people who weren't as nice as you might have thought they were?
Of course. Yeah, always. Some people are a bit up themselves, shall we say, or a bit full of their own importance. But honestly, people think media is really bitchy, and you can attest to this. Most people are really nice and genuine and in it for the love of it because the money's crap.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah.
We do this because we can't help ourselves, and that's kind of, it is almost a vocation, and that's why I feel like I understand it all, and now being on this side of it is fascinating for me because I've been on the interviewing side. I've been the person ringing people up and going, will you be on the cover please, will you come on my podcast? And so now to be on the other side of it is just mad, but I do feel like I understand it more, and that can only stand to me, right? It's also more scary because you understand it more.
Very nice. Now, apart from your book Anywhere But Here, which is in all good bookstores now, yeah?
Yes, it is out now.
And that means you have to make friends with Eastons and Dubray.
Oh, we're all pals.
Yeah.
We're all besties.
And is Tubridy's a good one to go on?
Oh yeah, I've been talking to Mr. Tubridy.
Yeah,
He's very enthusiastic. We kind of geeked out together because we're both nerds about books.
Oh, yeah. And so apart from that, you do a podcast.
I
called
do.
You Had Me at Hello.
Yeah, I kind of do that in the off season for me, which is generally the autumn and early winter. So that's when I'm not kind of in the
what's
thick
that
of a
about?
draft. It's about rom-coms.
Yeah.
So my guests come on and they tell me about the rom-com that kind of not changed their life, but it has kind of shaped their expectations of what a rom-com should be. And we talk about the film in depth, and we talk about what it meant to the person when they watched it for the first time, and then I get them to rewatch it so it's fresh in their mind. And we kind of go through it and we talk about the quotes, the music, the stars, and it's just a really nice, comforting listen. I think I've had
And does
amazing
Jerry
guests.
Maguire count as a rom-com, yeah?
Yes, Paul Howard did Jerry Maguire.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he was brilliant, as he is, because he's amazing. I've had very few straight men on.
Yeah.
So there's been Dempsey,
Yeah.
there's been Paul Howard,
Yeah.
Crossy from FM 104 Strawberry Alarm Clock. I can't remember who else. God, there's been very few men.
Yeah.
But the ones that come on are very enthusiastic. You'll have to come on.
Yeah.
What would you pick?
Well, I'm not sure because I'd be a little bit. I mean, I know that there are certain films that obviously fall into rom-com. Let's explore it slightly.
Well, Dempsey did As Good as It Gets.
Great lines.
Great film.
Great lines
Yeah.
in that from Jack
Nicholson, yeah.
and that beautiful actress
Helen Hunt, who all but disappeared after
Love her.
she won an Oscar for that
Yeah.
role. She kind of faded away. She's popped up in Hacks recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, she kind of just
remember her in
disappeared.
Castaway.
Castaway, and she's in What Women Want with Mel Gibson as
Yeah.
well. Fabulous actress.
Is that a rom-com?
Yes, it's a Nancy Myers film, so all Nancy Myers films are rom-coms, really.
Right.
Yeah, she's one of
You've
the
Got
queens.
Mail as another one.
That's Nora Ephron, Queen, one
Nora
of my absolute
Ephron,
faves.
Queen,
yeah, she's my. I have Nora Ephron's motto in life was everything is copy, and I have that framed next to my desk. So whenever I'm feeling uninspired, I look at that and go, "Oh yeah, I
Are
remember that
rom-coms
happened."
still made?
Yes, and do you know what? They're having a bit of a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because of streamers.
Yeah.
There's a new one called Voicemails for Isabel that's
Yeah.
kind of a weepy rom-com.
Yeah.
That's very popular. The last couple of years, they've been taken off again.
Yeah.
So I live in eternal hope
Yeah.
that they'll make really good ones.
Did none of them pick When Harry Met Sally?
Yes, they did. Who picked When Harry Met Sally? Oh, Carl Mullen. There's another.
Yeah.
I forced him to do that one
Yeah.
because he fell in love with his best friend.
Yeah.
So I thought it was, perfect. Serendipity. And we had a great chat about
Yeah.
that. But he'd actually never seen it before. So we were cheating with that
Yeah.
one. I just said to him, if any man can do When Harry Met Sally, it has to be you.
Yeah.
And he was, and that song, It Has to Be You, is in the film.
It has to be you.
Yeah.
Is that Harry Connick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Harry Connick Jr. That's my favourite rom-com
And
of
of course,
all time.
I think directed by Rob Reiner.
The late, great Rob
Late,
Reiner.
great Rob
And
Reiner.
written by Nora Ephron.
Oh, what a
Yeah,
combination.
what a combination.
He was a fine filmmaker.
Unbelievable. In so many different genres.
Yep. And
Like-
he had a great run.
This is Spinal
Need-
Tap, The Princess Bride.
That run.
He did.
A Few Good-
Yeah, A Few Good Men.
Good Men.
Yeah, the coming of age one that I always forget the title with River Phoenix.
River Runs.
No,
No.
The boys. It'll come to me. He also did a really bad one though, because every filmmaker has a bad film. With
Stand by me.
Stand by Me. That's the boy one. Yes,
Yeah.
he did one called Rumor Has It with
Yes.
Kevin Costner and
That's
Jennifer Aniston. Awful, but great. Do you know, shit, but good. And I love Kevin Costner, so can never go wrong.
Kevin Kline is another actor that always had a bit of a kind of a rom-com
Face.
Yeah, and a
he
kind of
did a
sensibility.
great film called In and Out. I don't know if you remember it, but it's about a man he doesn't realise that he's gay. And he's marrying this local woman played by Joan Cusack. They're both teachers.
Yeah.
And Matt Dillon comes back and he realises that Matt Dillon says that he's gay in a TV interview. And that's the awakening that he needs to come out, basically. And it's a brilliant film. Tom Selleck is in it, playing a gay guy really well, really camp.
Yeah, Tom
It's
Selleck
excellent.
had a real
Love Tom
rom-com
Selleck.
vibe about him as well. Yeah.
Three Men and a Little Lady.
Yeah.
Great film. It's one of my comfort films.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
gorgeous in it. As a child, I remember thinking he was handsome because he's a real man in it.
Yeah.
And then as a woman, I was like, Jesus, he's beautiful.
Really?
So yeah, rom-coms, there's so many for so many different types of people.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
then
I mean?
Sam Neill died the other day.
Yes,
and
beautiful Sam Neill.
had a bit of a soft, light touch about
Yeah,
it as
he
well.
did, yeah.
You know, kind of.
There's a romantic element to Jurassic Park. Even though there's dinosaurs eating people, him and Laura Dern have a spark and they've
Yeah.
chemistry and it's about them. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
At
yeah.
the heart of it all. And
Yeah.
them creating this strange new family with the two kids, even
Correct.
though, yeah, I can make any
He was
film a
lovely.
rom-com. He was a lovely man.
He
yeah.
was lovely.
Do you know, we did Titanic with James Kavanagh, and obviously that is a romantic film,
Yeah.
but it is definitely not a comedy.
Yeah.
So we had great crack because that's another of my all-time faves.
Yeah.
I saw that when I was 11,
Yeah.
and I became obsessed with it the way children today become obsessed with, I was going to say Twilight, that was 20 years ago,
Yeah.
Vicky. Children today become obsessed with like K-pop and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I was like, I convinced myself that I had died on the Titanic
Yeah.
as an Irish child, and that's how,
Absolutely
intensely I felt that
superb
bond.
movie.
Oh, unbelievable.
I mean, it's just completely overshadowed by the fact that it's about the Titanic.
Yes, and the first hour is just glorious. It's
The actual movie itself.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a all-time best-selling movie.
I think
for no reason.
for no reason. Yeah,
You know,
I think
with one that everybody knows what happens in it.
Exactly.
Spoiler alert.
yeah, spoiler at the ship.
It's an amazing movie.
Yeah, no, it's
with
amazing.
Two stellar performances at
yeah,
the top.
and Leo didn't even get nominated for
No.
it. Rude.
And he was brilliant in
Brilliant in it. And like rewatching it now as a 40-year-old woman, remembering that 11-year-old child who went to the cinema 8 times to see a
Yeah.
3-hour movie and like was completely obsessed with it was
Yeah.
hilarious. I was just like, I get why I was so obsessed. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And they're all gorgeous. I've just got a beautiful print for my new office
Yeah.
of Leo and Kate in Titanic. Because
Your
I
new
like
office?
Yes.
Where's that?
In my house.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
only better. We've just bought and renovated a new house.
Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a labour of
And you
love.
put a little office in there.
I put it. Yeah, it was my dream come true to have an office that's just an office.
Wow. Do you have a method of writing? Do you have a kind of a timetable? Do you have a
kind of tend to-
a regimen?
Yeah, I tend to work office hours.
Yep.
If I'm really having what I call a smooth brain day where nothing is happening, I'll give it up and do something else. But yeah, generally, especially if I'm working on a draft, I'll work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
Have you read any material about other writers who write at certain times of the day?
Yeah, I mean, even talking to people about it, like Marion Keyes writes from bed, and she forces herself to a word count every day that she's on a project. I've read Stephen King's On Writing. He has some kind of strange practices that he does. He kind of writes through the night. People go about it all different ways, but I look at it as, you know, my brain is sharpest during the day for me. I'm not a morning person per se.
A lot of people, yes. So to that
I'm
end,
a midday person.
Good. Some people suggest that you'll see a lot of writers saying, I get up at 4:45 and write from 5 till 9.
Well, a lot of people do that because they also have a job. Do you know what I mean? I'm lucky. I'm
and
very
also
privileged.
There's nobody around between 5 and 9.
Exactly. No one annoying them.
Yeah.
So I don't have any kids. I have an office in my house and I'm left alone. My husband works in an office away from home.
Don't know if you've read anything about this, but some people have written about this period between 2 and 5 in the morning.
Okay.
So this period that is 2 and 5 in the morning, our circadian rhythms are adapted to basically going to sleep at night.
Yes.
So Prince, for example, the
singer,
musician,
yeah,
used to stay up all night.
Right.
And he was, in a sense, tapping into this period between 2 and 5.
The witching hour.
Yes. So this is
I would rather die.
This is a special, brain-wise, this is a special period.
Really?
Where even if you're awake, your brain is saying, now you should be technically asleep at the moment, so I'm going to engage your brain in some of the things we do when you sleep.
When you sleep.
Which is, for example, the waking dreams.
Right. Well, I'm a very active dreamer.
You know that kind of feeling?
Yeah. I would hate that.
The waking dreams where you're lying in bed
Yeah.
at 4:45, a thought comes into your head and you're going, that's a strange thought.
Yes. I'm an extremely lucid dreamer.
Exactly.
And I have, like, I've been known to, if I'm very dehydrated, to have night terrors. Have you ever had a night terror where you're kind of paralysed? So you can't move and you're in between being awake and being asleep.
Oh no.
It's horrible. But like you can be having it's not necessarily a bad dream. It's just that you're kind of paralysed and you can't move and you have to really almost, in my mind, I'm almost like swimming out of it in my sleep. I'm a very active sleeper, but I'm also a very heavy sleeper and I need my sleep and I like to go sleep at a reasonable hour and wake up at a reasonable hour. You know, I'm not these people that wake up at 5 in the morning, I'm like, God bless, but it's not for me. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Vicki, thank you very much for coming in and joining me on the podcast. The book is called
you.
Anywhere But Here. It's your third novel.
Yes.
The fourth is on its first draft and the fifth is written in your notepad.
It basically is.
And I have a feeling this one is going to be taken up on a streamer because they're going to want to film up in Donegal.
That's it. And I want to go too. So yes, somebody call me.
So the very best of luck with it. And maybe...
throwing it around.
You might have me on your podcast at some stage.
I would love to.
I love talking movies.
You think about your favourite rom-com and you're coming on in the autumn.
I love talking about it. Nice picture. And congratulations on your burgeoning career as a writer.
Thank you.
Well done.
And my thanks to Vicki Notaro for coming in and talking to me in the GoLoud studios. My thanks, of course, to Hum Finance for partnering us. Hum is a finance company providing flexible payment solutions for customers for some of Ireland's most popular retailers. And thank you, Hum, for getting involved. Thank you, of course, to the most important element of this podcast, you, the listener. If you enjoy it, tell one other person. That's all I ask. And until next week, same time, same place, take care.
The Mario Rosenstock Podcast. Thanks to Hum. Finance made easy when you shop tech, electrical, appliances, kitchens and much more. Flexify Europe Limited, trading as Hum, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.